Welcome back to Devil's Advocate and an interview with the President of the National Conference, Omar Abdullah. Omar Abdullah, let's first start with this question of normalcy that we ended part one with. For many people, a test of normalcy is the ability to hold elections. Do you think in the present situation, elections can be held so that a new assembly can be constituted by January 2009, the due date?
I believe you can have elections. I believe that it was important to have elections because at the end of the day, even the best governor's rule is no substitute for the worst representative government. That having been said, we missed a great opportunity to have a really good election in Jammu and Kashmir a few months ago. I think Ghulam Nabi Azad was interested in prolonging the life of his government, announcing a few populist measures, and a really successful election that he could have had.
But you're saying to me that elections are still possible in October, November, weather permitting?
Yeah, well, yes, we've had...
It's not militancy, it's weather.
We've had elections in much worse circumstances, 96, 98, 99, elections that I fought, even 2002. 2002, the ground situation militancy-wise was much worse in the state than it is
why
now.
Not now?
Sure.
Okay, let me put this to you. It's been announced that after the next elections, if the National Conference is in a position to form a government, your father will be the Chief Minister. But given that he deliberately and consciously stepped aside from state politics in 2002, and you've taken over as National President of the party, why will he be Chief Minister?
Well, that's a question that we have pondered over, and we believe under the circumstances that prevail in the state, perhaps the experience that he has, and the need that is there for this hand.
Can I interrupt? Was this decision taken by your father or by you?
No, it was taken jointly.
It was taken jointly.
It was taken jointly.
You concurred with the decision?
Sure.
Is there a message here that at your age you're not ready, perhaps not qualified to be Chief Minister?
In our country, we equate age with wisdom. When we haven't yet reached the point where we can have 42-year-old or 44-year-old candidates for Vice President or President.
But you had a 40-year-old Prime Minister in Rajiv Gandhi.
Circumstances were very different then.
You mean to say that Omar Abdullah is not as qualified as Rajiv Gandhi?
Well, I don't think qualification has much to do with it in this country.
Let's come to the bigger, wider issue of how you tackled the Kashmir problem. Recently, you said that amongst the many issues that are being debated and discussed, it's quite possible that Azadi should be included in that list. Yet at the same time, you've also said that independence is not a viable option for Kashmir.
I was asked what I was asked in light of the sort of column reports that you have, various newspapers writing about considering the unthinkable question, etc. What were the possible solutions that could be talked about? And then the reporter who actually did this interview kind of needled me and said, well, you only have one suggestion, isn't it? Autonomy. And I said, no, you can go beyond autonomy. If India and Pakistan are willing to discuss a solution other than autonomy for Jammu and Kashmir, who's to stop them? But at the same time, I said that I did not believe that independence for Kashmir was a feasible or a viable option. And I stand by that.
That independence is not a feasible option?
It isn't. I believe that you can give Kashmir independence, but you cannot give Kashmir freedom. Under the circumstances that prevail within the subcontinent, India, Pakistan and China, even if India and Pakistan were somehow to decide to give the state independence, it would never be really free.
You're saying this in Delhi, would you say it in Srinagar?
I've said it. The interview that I gave where they conveniently missed out this bit was given in Srinagar.
So in other words, from time to time reporters tendentiously, mischievously pluck out things that you said.
I would like to believe that your program will be seen in Srinagar as well. And we have made this very clear that we believe that autonomy within the constitution, both on this side of Kashmir and on the other side of Kashmir, is the most viable solution.
Except that with hundreds and thousands of Kashmiris having come out onto the streets of Srinagar and practically every other city in the valley demanding Azadi, now for you to turn around and say that independence is not a viable option is to put yourself in opposition to their feelings.
Sure enough. Be that as it may, it's not my job to follow popular mood. It's my job to tell the people what I believe is in their interests, and I sincerely believe that it is not in their interests. It is not a viable alternative to suggest Azadi or even accession to Pakistan.
If you can take such a clear stand on this issue today, could you not have taken a similarly clear stand on the way emotions were whipped up on May the 26th? Because you could have stopped so much trouble. In May the 26th, all you had to do was to sit back and say, Mr. Azad, you've handled this badly. My party will need to...
We warned Mr. Azad long before this. My father had a press conference well before the 26th of May where he said that, look, this needs to be handled better. It needs to be handled differently. You need to take into account the fears and the way in which this is being interpreted. Unfortunately, nobody took us seriously at that time.
My last issue. Many people say that in 2005, 2006, when General Musharraf was in power and in a position to deliver, India lost an amazing opportunity, perhaps a golden opportunity to sort out Kashmir with him. Do you hold to that view?
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I went to Pakistan in 2006 of March, and I think the first interview I did when I came back was in a discussion with you.
And you said to me that it was a golden opportunity.
We will not have an opportunity like this. And I also told you, I said the door is closing. It's not going to remain open forever. Unless we grab this opportunity now, we will lose it, and it might be the only opportunity of my generation.
And we've lost it.
We've lost it. It's gone.
Do you hold the UPA government primarily responsible for letting that opportunity slip out of its grasp?
Well, they were the government of the day at that time, and I sincerely believe they could have gone further. I know the NSA has now said that we have 2/3 and 3/3 cooked solutions that need a statesman in Pakistan to reach its logical conclusion. Unfortunately, we shouldn't have left it at 2/3 and 3/3 or 3/4 cooked. We should have cooked them and signed and sealed and delivered them while Musharraf was there.
In hindsight, was it lack of conviction? Was it lack of guts on
lack
the
of
Indian
trust?
Lack of trust.
I think it was a lack of trust. We couldn't separate General Musharraf from the man who was instrumental in Kargil, and that I think has clouded our judgment severely.
And this was a serious mistake that we're going to live to rue.
Well, we're living to rue it now. Had we worked out a solution with Pakistan in 2006, 2007, you wouldn't see Kashmir in flames in 2008.
Do you think this sort of opportunity will come our way again? Do you think Asif Zardari as president, which he could be, will give us this opportunity?
Well, I'm sure Asif Zardari will be president, but Asif Zardari will not be all-powerful. Asif Zardari will still have an army to deal with, he'll still have an establishment to deal with, he'll still have Nawaz Sharif to deal with, he'll still have a judiciary that can't seem to decide.
So Musharraf was an opportunity to make history in resolve Kashmir, and we funked it.
Musharraf was a single window system, so to speak, that we had to deal with in Pakistan. That window has gone.
And India funked it.
We funked it. All of us. We all played a part in that.
Omar Abdullah, a pleasure talking to you.